Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
In the mist, dark figures move and twist. Was all this for real, or just some kind of hell? 666, the number of the beast. Hell and fire was born to be released. In the night, the fires are burning bright. The ritual has begun. Satan's work is done. 666, the number of the beast. Sacrifice is going on tonight. 666, the number of the beast. 666, the one for you and me. I'm coming back. I will return. And I'll possess your body and I'll make you burn. I have the fire. I have the force. I have the power to make my evil take its course. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity. Hell ain't a bad place. Hell is from here to eternity.
A wolf in sheep's clothing, a saintly a sinner, or some that would believe a holy war winner. They fire up many shots and many parting blows. Their actions beyond the reason only God would know. And as he lays in heaven, or it could be in hell, I feel this summer here. I'm looking for better, but I don't know. I don't know.
Lies, no angels, no lies, no angels, no lies, no angels, no lies, no angels, no heaven, no heaven, no no lies, no angels, no heaven. Driving down the track, hell's wheels and they won't turn back. Engine racing down a one-way street, speedo chasing that red line heat. Into the blackness, into the night, out of the tunnel, into the light. Ready for danger, that's just for show. Come aboard, come as you go. Up to steam, when the devil's driving. Hell's wheels, and the brakes run hard. Up to steam, when the devil's driving. Hell's wheels, and the brakes run hard. Bring your daughter to the slaughter. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Bring your daughter to the slaughter. Let her go, let her go, let her go, let her go.
Crowley said exactly the same. He said, you don't have to go and live in a Buddhist temple to learn the skills of meditation. In fact, if you take drugs, you get the same effect. He turned magic from being something that you sat around and talked about as a philosophical concept. He said, no, no, no. This is something which is scientific. We can actually make things happen, and this is how you do it. So in that sense, he was unique. He was to magic what Bruce Lee was to the martial arts, because he's a man, in a sense, years ahead of his time. So that's why Crowley is so fascinating.
Simply, the secret that Crowley uncovered, probably through demonic intervention, is the secret that this immortality is conveyed through tantric sex magic. And the kind of sex magic that we're talking about here, unfortunately, is a sexual violation of a little child. Crowley taught that the way you could live forever was by vampirizing little children sexually. And he personally bragged of having slaughtered 150 male children in 1 year. This is why he was called the wickedest man in the world. But Masons are doing this. Not all Masons, please understand me. Probably 1 in 100 knows about this. This is why the Masons believe that they will live forever. They think every time they defile a little child, they steal some of that child's youth. They are accessing alternate universes, alternate realities where they can become as gods. Crowley reveals the secret behind the all-seeing eye symbol in one of his books, the Book of Thoth, which is a very advanced manual on tarot card readings. And this is the eye of Lucifer. But believe it or not, it corresponds to a human organ that, for lack of a more delicate term, we'll call the rectum. And which is kind of ironic when you think about it, that this represents Lucifer. And what this refers to is that the occult archaeometric doctrine of Masonry is that by accessing alternate universes through sodomy, especially of young boys, you can access alternate dimensions of reality through what are called the tunnels of Typhon. Now, you remember I showed you earlier a map of the Tree of Life. Well, everything in magic, like everything in the occult, has its yin and yang. It's positive and it's negative, it's good and evil. There's always this dynamism. And so therefore, just like there is a tree of life, there is also a tree of evil. This is called the Qlīphot in Hebrew, which translated means harlots. And you'll notice here that all of the names are all evil. And these Typhonian tunnels are the paths between these 10 evil worlds. There is a belief that through this sexual perversion, they can access these tunnels into alternate universes, alternate realities. And the goal of this kind of magic is to find your own universe and become the god over that universe. This buys into the modern day physics theory that there's many, many dimensions of reality. Maybe you've read about that. Alternate universes. It shows up in science fiction a lot. And then once you're the god of this universe, you can start sucking the energy out of it. And you can use that energy through this child to live forever and ever and ever. And there are men, I have met several that claim to be hundreds of years old. Now, of course, are they lying their lips off? I frankly think they are. This is a deception. Satan is deceiving these people to draw them into all kinds of profound evil. But the important point is not, does this really work? The important point is, do these people believe it? And sadly, they do.